It's Christmas time, and what better way to share the love of Christmas and to react to share my story? Very jolly, am I right? So, let's get into it. I'm not doing I'm breastfed 16 because that one's been done to death, so my stepdad got me pregnant. I'm gonna do this just like how I reacted to the Sonic 93 response video. So, because I don't have like a good camera to really get my face, like I did used to record my face all the time, but the quality is terrible. And as my channel is growing, y'all deserve much better quality from me. It's already bad enough you have to handle my crappy microphone, which I do plan on replacing one day. So, now that that's settled.
Hey. I'm Camille, and this story is about my crazy mother. She had a new boyfriend every week.
I wish I was that lucky.
And one time, she even dated her own cousin. My mom had to ruin everything, because one day, my boyfriend and I came home late. We were completely wasted, and while I went to bed, he fell asleep on the couch. The next morning, he sent me a really disturbed message saying that my mom had made out with him last night while it was dark. He said he didn't notice it was my mom until it was too late and they, you know what. Well, this wasn't the first time she had tried to destroy my life.
So you're more worried about the fact, oh, mom ruins everything, and you're not concerned that your mom literally committed sexual assault on your boyfriend who was drunk? Wow.
Back when I was 14, I asked her to stop wearing miniskirts because it was embarrassing. But the next day, she stormed into my school class wearing the shortest miniskirt I'd ever seen and screamed, "My daughter Camille thinks I'm an embarrassment. She doesn't want her mother to dress like a." Afterwards, I was made fun of for years.
Can't she get banned from the school or at least kicked out?
I knew I had to take my revenge. So the next morning, I came very close to her husband Michael and said, "Stepdaddy, can you make me some breakfast?" I even fluttered my eyes at him, but
she even married one of our family members once. It was really gross. Turns around, oh, stepdaddy. Yeah.
First time, I saw him getting angry. I mean, no wonder. He had treated my mom with so much respect, and in return, she had cheated on him with a 20-year-old boy. I knew he deserved someone better, and that person was me.
Oh, forget the fact that my mom completely sexually assaulted my boyfriend. I'm gonna dump him to get with my new dad because I'm smart.
I'm not allowed to talk about the details here on YouTube, but let's just say that for the next few months, me and my stepdad Michael had a very close relationship.
Ew.
And somehow, I got pregnant.
Ew.
At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the baby, but then I realized that having a kid with my mom's husband was the ultimate revenge on her. And Michael was a good catch anyway, so I had nothing to lose.
Oh, yes you do, hun. Whatever dignity you had left, you flushed that down the toilet, girl.
Like this until I was giving birth. My mom was right next to me, making one sarcastic comment after the other, like, "Oh, this baby will be a problem child. It's already causing lots of trouble."
Bruh, this story didn't happen. If your mom was gonna do that to you while you're in labor, the doctors and the nurses would ask her to get out.
At some point, I had enough and couldn't take it anymore. I screamed, "Michael got me pregnant! Your stupid husband got me pregnant! It's his child, you stupid."
He's quite the catch. He's such a sweetie. Turns around, your stupid husband. But you'll be in the hole yourself by cheating on your boyfriend to get with your dad. You're being no better than your mom.
I'll never forget the look on her face. At first, she was just quiet. She wasn't sure if I was making a joke or not, but when she realized I wasn't joking, she went berserk, and it took 3 doctors to keep her away from me. Meanwhile, I was laughing so hard I almost fell out of bed. I knew I had finally gotten my revenge.
This story's so fake. If you gave birth, you wouldn't have the energy. Or, it'd be a better revenge. Telling your dad that was the first right thing to do. And him divorcing her and you moving out and living with him as an actual daughter. That'd been a better revenge.
And after I'd given birth, Michael came inside to take a look at his daughter. I immediately knew he would be a great father.
Holy shit, talk to you. He called you stupid to my mom.
And I noticed that he had a big bruise on his face. I asked what happened and he said my mom had attacked him in the hospital lobby, screaming, "You got my daughter pregnant! You pig! I'll divorce you, you dirty piece of shit!" And afterwards, the police had to arrest her.
I wonder how that front counter person was reacting just to hearing that and just saying that.
We both started laughing.
Even though we literally committed incest.
Please understand that she had always been a terrible mom. When I was 9 and having summer vacation, she disappeared for 2 weeks. I was petrified and not sure if she was still alive, so I just hid inside my wardrobe all day and night. When she finally came back, I ran up to her to take her into my arms, but she just pushed me away and told me to go to sleep.
Child Protective Services?
I told her that my teacher was picking on me, and the next day she stormed into my school and physically attacked that teacher. That
must be like the meanest teacher ever for that teacher just stand there and just smile all big and nobody called the police on the mother. How's the mother not in jail for literally breaking into school and beating the shit out of that teacher? And sounds like she was just a terrible person to begin with. Doesn't justify that they committed incest and the fact she cheated on her boyfriend who got sexually assaulted for this plan to work. But pretty much everybody in this story is a terrible person. That's like most animated true stories. They're all just horrible people and they expect you to sympathize with them, but you just listen and you're like, no! Anyhow, let's move on to a different one. This next one is, I poked holes into my boyfriend's condom. Woof. These characters are so crazy. Then they expect you to sympathize with them for doing actual terrible things. Why?
For a couple years when I got a Facebook message from Clarissa that changed everything. She wrote, "Your boyfriend says I'm better in bed than you." I got so mad. I wanted to take a knife and go all psycho on both of them, but obviously I didn't. Instead, I came up with a better plan. I needed to know if Clarissa was telling the truth, so I stopped sleeping with Mark, telling him I had a headache whenever he wanted sex. Then I poked holes in the condoms he kept in his wallet, so I could see whether they had been used or not.
Or take a camera and record it secretly. Don't ruin people's lives like that. I know she did something pretty messed up and he hurt you really bad, but two wrongs don't make a right. Not like that. Like, that's incredibly messed up to do. Like, just take a camera and prove that he's cheating on you.
Whether they had been used or not. I started checking his wallet at least once a week and there was always a brand new condom. So, Clarissa was telling the truth. I didn't know.
Wouldn't the guy notice there was like holes in the condom because like they're wrapped up in like a paper, so wouldn't they notice that? I'm pretty sure if you're like taking your medicine and you're about to open it and you notice like little tiny needle holes, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't use that if you saw that.
Then it hit me. I had destroyed 3 lives. Mark always said he didn't want to have kids until his 30s, so he could focus on becoming a professional soccer player. Instead, now he's a dad at 19. Suddenly, I felt ashamed.
Yeah, you should have thought it through. You don't poke holes in people's condoms. That ruins lives. People aren't ready to right away. You don't do that, man. Bonus story. I was about to say, I'm so confused. The story is so short. Why is it 10 minutes long? But the story's already ending. Bonus story. Alright, one more. I baby trapped my boyfriend.
He was shocked when I told him the news, but Eric is very responsible, so he stepped up and said, "We have to stay together for the kids." That was the happiest day of my life. Do I feel bad for trapping him like that? Believe it or not, I really do feel bad, and I wouldn't recommend baby trapping your boyfriend to anyone. But what would you prefer? Working a dead-end job you hate, or staying home with your cute little boy while your ambitious boyfriend earns all the money?
Not baby trapping my boyfriend. Once again, you don't baby trap people. That's a terrible thing to do.
But the best thing in my life is Eric. Every day when he comes home from work, he takes me into his arm and tells me how much he loves me. He makes me feel like a princess in a Disney movie. Do I deserve to be with him after I baby trapped him? Maybe not. But I can't change the past, and that's why I simply focus on being the best girlfriend I can. I make sure he has a home-cooked meal when he comes back from work. I take time to listen to his problems, and our relationship is just amazing. I think he might even propose to me soon. What's even better is that I met his parents and they are really wealthy. Someday, Eric will inherit their money, and he'll be able to retire early so we can travel the world together. By now, you might be thinking that I'm only with Eric for his money, and if he lost it all, I would leave him, but that's not true at all. You see, my family is the most important thing in my life. I would never be happy if we weren't all together. That's why I want to have a second child. Eric's a great dad, and Jacob would love a little brother or sister. This time, I talked to Eric before coming off the pill. At first, he didn't want to, but in the end, he agreed because he knows it would make our family complete. He trusts me, and I trust him. We are a team, and that's how a relationship should be. I still wish I hadn't baby trapped him because I will always feel guilty about it, but I will never tell him what I did because I'm not gonna risk breaking up our family.
Then he finds it and he's like, you did that on purpose? Then you're screwed. So that's all for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoy that. If not, I understand. I just wanted to do something kind of lighthearted, but not really, it looks like, because of all the heavy stuff that this channel really focuses on. I was trying to find some really interesting ones, and those are pretty interesting. I was also trying to find some that not many reaction channels have done already. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Merry Christmas.